Hello, hello. Welcome. Ah. Oh, it's so much fun. I'm so excited for Stormblood. Is my volume okay? Or do I need to turn myself down a little bit? Okay, perfect. Yeehaw, yeehaw. Just gonna quickly shovel some more popcorn into my mouth. Oh, I'm glad you did. Yeah, I hope it wasn't too tedious of a watch. We really breezed through Heaven's Word. I think Stormblood will take a little bit longer. Which is good for me, so I can figure out what the hell I'm gonna do with Shadowbringers, because I know... Oh, I'm glad. I know in the little poll that we did, it said I was probably gonna play Astrologian in Shadowbringers, but I cannot for the life of me create a nice looking Astrologian glam. So I'm really thinking about what I should do because I don't want to look silly. Okay, because here's the thing, right? The one good outfit... The one good outfit that Astrologians have is one that is also worn by one of the cast wears an Astrologian outfit. So I'm just gonna look like his copy if I wear that. So I don't know. Yeah. So I was thinking, like, for the themes of Shadowbringers, I might... I might still go through with Astrologian, but if not, I'll maybe do Dark Knight, since we haven't done Tank yet at that point. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll switch to live screen. So, there we go. Let us first go to New Game Plus. And let's start. Alright. With the vaunted warrior of light marching beside them, the men and women of the Eorzean Alliance prepare to liberate Alamigo, a land conquered by the Garlean Empire 20 years ago. Meanwhile, in the Far East, the freedom fighters of the fallen nation of Doma struggle to rekindle the fires of hope in their countrymen. I know, right? Oh yeah, little stream buddy. It's good that you say it, because look who we have here. The new version of the stream buddy. To match the new outfit. Yeah, it's highs and lows, baby. Highs and lows. Gotta have the highs to appreciate the lows and vice versa. Alright, let's go. Oh, and I didn't change my stupid thing. Well, whatever. Get out of here. We'll just have no stream border. It's all good. forgot. Let's go Elpino.
The question is, how will the Empire respond to the disappearance of Omega and the Primal? Oh, I didn't see you there. Forgive me. Word from Baelsar's wall is proving long in the coming, and my mind cannot help but stray to grim places.
Alphino, a message from the Alliance.
It's about time. Pray summon the others at once.
Yes, sir.
General Uldin reports that his forces have secured the breach in Baelsar's wall.
And what of the Primal and Omega?
There is still no sign of either at this time. He writes that they will begin a more thorough investigation shortly. And, as expected, he wishes to petition the aid of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
As expected.
The Alliance's decision to capture a part of Baelsar's wall is open to interpretation.
The wall serves to demarcate Imperial territory, Alamigo included, from the rest of Eorzea. To an observer, the Alliance's actions could be seen as a prelude to invasion.
Indeed. And the Alliance leaders have no wish to be branded invaders.
You're saying they won't fight for Alamigo? Even after everything that's happened?
Not without the consent of her people, no. Make no mistake, Lys. The Alliance is in complete agreement that the Empire must be purged from Eorzea. However, they will not set foot in Gyr Abania until they have formally secured the consent and cooperation of the Alamigan opposition.
They would have us act as intermediaries.
Precisely. The Scions are uniquely qualified to serve in this capacity. That is to say, Lys's, given her personal connection to the Resistance. Who better than you to broker an agreement between the Alliance and the people of Alamigo? Assuming you are willing, of course.
Of course I am. You know I'd like nothing more.
As for who should accompany you on said diplomatic mission, I had a mind to volunteer myself.
Well, that covers the talking part. But you just know there'll be trouble along the way. Are you available?
Heh. As if you have to ask.
Thanks. It means a lot knowing you'll be there.
I too shall accompany you. Such endeavors are seldom hampered by a surfeit of healers.
Good point. Allow me to offer my services as well.
She does look a little bit like Barbie.
I have spent quite enough time here of late, so I'll be coming. But we will need someone to keep an eye on things. I trust you have no objections?
None, my lady. Gladly shall I continue to serve as caretaker of the Waking Sands, and there keep watch for signs of primal and Ascian activity both.
As capable as my learned friend undoubtedly is, there are some troubles that may prove too much for a single scion, on account of which I mean to stay.
It is settled then. Let us each see to our preparations.
Going on a trip with my little baby boy.
Ready, my friend? Well then, Tataru, I leave the rising stones in your capable hands.
Don't worry, Alphino. I'll see that the place is still standing when you come back.
Mistress Y'shtola has unfolded all. You are bound for Girabania?
Aye. The Alliance would have us make contact with the Alamegan resistance as soon as possible.
It begins then. As soon it shall in Doma, if the gods are good. 'Tis but a pity it must be now. I am sorry that we shall not be present to fight beside you in the battles to come.
You have stood with us countless times, Lady Yugiri. Pray do not apologize.
Then let us thank you instead. You and yours stood with us from the first, when we came to this land as refugees in search of sanctuary. Loath am I to think what might have become of my people, had you not extended to us the hand of friendship. We will never forget. This I solemnly swear.
Much has changed since first you set foot on these shores. Revenant's toll stands as a testament to that. I'm sure your people will manage in your absence.
Indeed. They have built a new home for themselves and no longer need me to shepherd them. The time has come for Kozetsu and I to return to our master, to our home.
I know how you feel. It's time I went home too.
Though our battlefields be 1,000 mounds apart, our purpose is one. That all men hearken to the clarion call of freedom, of liberation, from Eorzea to the far east, that they may rise up and cast down the curse of Garlemald.
Take care, you hear me? When all of this is over, we're going to celebrate, together. Just you wait.
I should like that very much. Fare you well.
Is that foreshadowing? Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy? 1,000 miles apart, yet united in purpose. Let us pray both our endeavors meet with success. Shall we then? Wait, not just yet. I knew I'd forgotten something important. Please, could you come with me? Me? What? Now? Alright then, if you insist. Everybody's getting new outfits. Hell yeah. What do you think? As you can see, I designed it to be light and loose, an outfit tailor-made to the needs of a skilled fighter like Lise. Your work never ceases to impress. Much more of this, and I may have to stop introducing you as the Scion's receptionist and start referring to you as our preeminent seamstress. It's lovely, Tataru. Thank you. I feel I could take on a legion. I'm glad you like it. And with that, I'll delay you no longer. Safe travels. Then onward to Girabania. Our first stop will be at Amarasei Spire in the East Shroud. Where's her abs? She's so strong. I need to see her abs. Cowards. Let me see some muscle definition. No, right? All are present and accounted for. When you are ready, my friend, pray inform the officer that we wish to proceed to Girabania. I wish to proceed. Ah, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. We were told to expect you. Shall I summon someone to escort you to the wall? Yep. I love this little world map.
I remember crossing the border, standing in Girabania once more. Me and my fellow scions, the warrior of light among us. Behind us, Baelsar's wall cutting the land in two. Freedom on one side, tyranny on the other. Tyranny and the promise of a new beginning. But one that could only be bought with flames and blood.
I love it. I love that pretty much every expansion has a new narrator. It's awesome. I have to quickly adjust a sound setting. I feel like it's too low. Erebon. Greetings, Scions. On behalf of the Eorzean Alliance, I welcome you to Castrum Oriens. Thank you, General. We were relieved to hear that your forces secured the ball without incident. Have the Imperials made any attempt to retake the Castrum since then? None, save for a few skirmishes between our scouts and their patrols. We've barely had any contact with them, but we all know it's only a matter of time before things escalate. As if attacking Baelsar's wall wasn't enough, Ilbert summoned a primal right on their doorstep, and Garlemald is not like to let such shows of defiance go unanswered. It was a declaration of war, even if it was not Ilbert's to make, and now we are bound by it, for weal or for woe. The Scions stand ready to serve, General. What would you ask of us? As stated in my message, the Alliance will not proceed without the support and cooperation of the Alamegan people. We would have you serve as our emissaries and make contact with the Resistance. Consider it done, General. We won't let you down, I swear. Then I'll leave you to it. Godspeed. Ha! Of all the Castor in the world, you walk into mine. Master Garland, what brings you here? A certain missing elegant weapon and a draconic primal. Omega and Shinryu, I think the shinobi called it. Anyway, we've been studying their trail of destruction, hoping it might lead us somewhere, which it has singularly failed to do. Then 'tis like Omega fell to Earth in occupied territory, meaning it may already be in Imperial hands. Even so, it bears repeating that we engaged the stasis system. Assuming the command was received and executed successfully, the weapon will be of no use to them. Assuming. We should hurry up and find it regardless. All the more reason to reach out to the Resistance. If we want to press on into Girabania, we'll need their blessing. Everyone's counting on us. Let's not waste any more time talking. Yahoo! As you've probably heard, there are plenty of factions in the Resistance, so I'm taking us to see the one with the most influence. Their headquarters are located in a place called Ralger's Reach, an old temple to the east of here, across the Velodina River. Velodina? I'm gonna go with Velodina. I learned a route that should allow us to avoid Imperial patrols. Stick with me and we'll be there before you know it. Oh, that's a welcoming sight. Fucking bears. Still with me? Good. From here, we'll head northeast towards the river. The water's not too deep, so we won't have to swim. Yeah, but I can fly. I don't see any soldiers. Good, let's cross. You're wondering about the tower to the south. Oh, welcome back. It's part of Castellum Velodina. That's what the Imperials decided to call the old bridge after they fortified it. I call it a great big eyesore. Honestly, you can see that rotten banner from absolutely miles away. They never miss a chance to rub our noses in it, do they? Come on, we should keep moving. I think it's actually Velodina. That sounds more natural. Yeah, it does. never noticed that. We're here. On the other side of this pass is Rhalgr's Reach. So you say, but all I see are rocks. I presume there is some sort of trick to this? Indeed, a glamour. Good eye, Y'shtola. I take it they have a talented mage in their ranks, or mayhap an artificer trained in the modification of glamour prisms? Something like that. The important thing is that it fools the Guardians. Oh, before we go in, I don't know if Tatar told you, but my friend Nago, the messenger who came to the Rising Stones, is a member of this faction. So they know us and they shouldn't attack us on sight. That said, they can be a bit jumpy, so let me lead the way and don't go reaching for your weapons or anything. And with a sprinkle of the masking dust, all is laid bare. There's an actual passage now.
I remember the old stories, how the Breaker of Worlds came down from on high and cleft the earth with a single blow. Rhalgr's Reach, a holy place, and a fitting home for the Resistance, for the brave and the true, the loyal sons and daughters of Alamigo. They were waiting for us there, men and women whose souls still cried out for what was lost, for what could be ours again.
You'll forgive us our precautions, but we couldn't be sure who had crossed the barrier. We see you now for who you are, though, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Now, I know you would not have come all this way unless you had something important to discuss, and I'm eager to hear what it is you have to say. But let's not do this on our doorstep, eh? Come with me. I can ride my trucky boat in this city, which is pretty neat.
Allow me to welcome you once more to Ralga's Reach, our humble headquarters. My name is Conrad Kemp, and I have the dubious honor of overseeing operations here.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Master Kemp. I am Alphino Leveilleur of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, as are my comrades. Before I speak of our purpose here, pray allow me to thank you for sheltering Ida, forgive me, Lys, and Papalimo at great risk to yourselves.
No, there's no need for that. They risked their necks for us enough times. 'Twas the least we could do.
I wanted to, I mean, about the mask and...
Ah, don't fret over that. You're not the first person to take up arms against the Empire under a false name. We'd do the same if we had any sense. My condolences for your loss, child.
Papalimo laid down his life to save us, to give us a chance to make a better future for ourselves. There will never be a better time to drive the Garleans from our lands. But we have to take the lead on this. We can't leave it to fanatics like Ilberd.
More than a few of our people were taken in by his promises. Followed him all the way to the wall. Good men and women who never came back. When Monago told us what had happened, how the bastard had made sacrifices of them for his twisted ritual, by Rolger it filled me with an unholy fury. But what's done is done. Best we can do now is see that it wasn't all in vain.
That is why we are here today, sir, to see that some good comes of this tragedy. On behalf of the Eorzean Alliance, we do hereby extend a formal offer of military assistance to the Alamegan resistance.
Do you now? Well, go on then. I'm sure there's more to it than that. So that's the way of it, eh? The Alliance, hoping to avoid a direct confrontation with the superior forces of the Empire, wishes to engage them by proxy with our vastly inferior ones. My comrades and I must confer on your proposal. A moment, if you please.
Of course, Master Kemp. Take all the time you require.
So, it would seem we find ourselves with a surfeit of free time. Forgive me. You are free to look around Ralga's Reach. In fact, I would encourage you to do so. It'll give you a better grasp of our current circumstances. Thank you, Master Kemp. I believe we will do just that. Let us make the most of this opportunity and assess the Resistance's capabilities. Free to poke our noses wheresoever we will, eh? I like the sound of that. Well, I already know this place inside out. I could show you around if you liked, Wache. Great, let's get started. I'll bet you think the Resistance is mostly made up of Alamegan Highlanders like me, but the truth is that we don't even account for half. We've got Hellsguard from all the way over by the Spine in here, and plenty of Seekers of the Sun like Nago. There's even some Beastmen, well, Beastwomen, I suppose, like that one over there. She's an Ananta. Ananta. They've been with us for a while now. Well, one of the smaller factions has. The rest of them won't have anything to do with us. We're no different from the Garleans to them. They keep to themselves, spending all their time crafting. Ananta make the most amazing jewelry. By the way, they use magics to twist metals and crystals into shapes you wouldn't believe. It's a pity people hardly ever get to see their work. But then most don't even know they exist. That's enough about them anyway. Let's take a closer look at the statue of Roger, shall we? Yeah, this is an Ananta. Sneaky lady. It's a little bit dark, so I can't really show properly. Pretty awe-inspiring, isn't it? The Breaker of Worlds, who guided our ancestors to these lands all those centuries ago. Ida used to tell me the story on stormy nights. She wanted me to understand, to remember. At the end of the 5th Astral Era, when the waters rose higher and higher, the people all across Eorzea besieged the heavens for a sign. And lo, a burning star appeared in the eastern sky and led the way to these mountains of Girabania. They who were saved by his grace pledged to honor and revere him, to devote themselves to great works within and without and within. A storm of blood approaches fast, hells open, heavens weep, for no one soul doth lie beyond the measure of his reach. The last part was inscribed on the stone by a monk of the Fist of Ralger. Ida explained it to me. A day will come, bringing strife and sorrow that none may escape. Waste not these precious hours, but in quiet preparation make strong the body and mind. I don't know if that storm of blood is finally upon us, but if it is, I have to believe that everything we've been through, everything that has led us to this point, will see us through in the end. Ah, sorry, that was all a bit melodramatic, wasn't it? Let's keep moving, shall we? Off to the infirmary. This is the infirmary, as you can probably tell. Here's where the resistance healers patch up the wounded and tend to the sick. No matter how carefully we planned our operations, casualties were inevitable. It's a sad thing to think about, but it's also important to remember the cost, as Conrad would say. We should go. I'll show you the Aetheryte Plaza next. I love how every place, like different place you go, the Aetherites always look a little bit different. This one's very angular. When you see one Aetherite, you've seen them all, right? Not quite. This one's an older design, dating back decades to when the Fist of Ralger was still here. It may look a little different, but it works just as well as any other. I'll show you where the sutlers are next, but don't forget to attune to the Aetherite before we go. Okay, Elise. Well... Arms, armor, potions, you name it, these folks have got it. Resistance would be in a bad way without brave merchants to keep it provisioned. If you're short on anything, or you need something repaired, these are the people to speak to. Oh, Alphino and Alice are here. Why don't we see how they're getting on? Come to take the measure of our friendly neighborhood merchants? They're a bold lot, that much is plain. If Imperials found out they were peddling their wares to the Resistance, they would be lucky to escape with their lives. 'Tis a gamble, aye, and I admire their courage, but their motives could hardly be said to be altruistic. Ah, there you are. I've been looking all over for you. We've finished discussing your proposal and we're ready to receive you all back at the tent. I've sent someone to fetch you Stola and Kryl, so if you'd like to follow me. Convenient teleport. Thank you.
Thank you all for waiting. We have reached a consensus. I, Conrad Kemp, do hereby accept the Eorzean Alliance's proposal. You must understand, however, that our cooperation comes with certain caveats.
Those caveats being...
I take no joy in this, just so you know. Were it within my power, I'd offer you more assistance. But the Resistance is far more fragmented than you realize. The men and women in my care belong to but one of many factions. Simply put, I can only speak for the people of Rolga's Reach. Now, I have every intention of appealing to the others, and I expect many will agree. But it will take time, and I cannot guarantee universal support.
Understood. I shall see that the Alliance is under no misapprehensions as to your position.
Much obliged. But that's not the whole of it. As you can imagine, the loss of those who cast their lot with the Griffin left us short on numbers. Some of our most trusted veterans died at the Wall, and we've had to fill their posts with the young and inexperienced. Frankly, everything's in a right bloody mess.
Oh, we'd be more than happy to help you get back on your feet. If we're going to work together, we'll be doing ourselves a favor.
Well, there's no shortage of work to be done, that's for sure. We're in dire need of new blood, too.
Ishtola and I could lend a hand in the infirmary. From what I saw, they could do with a few more healers.
Very well. I, for my part, shall return to the Rising Stones. I'm certain there are others among the Scions who would welcome the opportunity to fight for Alamegan liberation.
Is there anything else we can do to help?
I had something else in mind for you lot. Monargo and Mefrid will tell you more.
Understood. We won't let you down.
Yay, girl squad. I don't know if I've said this before, but Alize is my favorite character. And also my daughter. I love her so much. Right then, Monago and Mefrid are to be our keepers. Knowing not of what they require, one task is as good as the other. Make your choice, Dwache. Let's go with Monago first. Before we begin, I'd like to thank you and the Scions for patching me up after I bled all over your floor. I owe you my life, and I won't forget that. Furthermore, it was rude of me to run off without saying a word. It's all well and good me claiming my duties here couldn't wait, but a parting thank you was the very least you deserved. My apologies. And thank you. Now, to business. Commander Kempis has entrusted me with a formal reply to be hand-delivered to the Alliance leadership. It covers everything we discussed, as well as detailing the disposition of our forces. What I need is an escort, 1 or 2 men at most, so we can make it to the wall swiftly and without attracting undue attention. Very well, I shall join you in this. General Alden commands the forces at Castrum Oriens. It should be simple enough to see it into his hands. Great. That's just what I wanted to hear. When you're ready to depart, meet me at the pass leading out of the Reach. Yes, ma'am. See you later, Mefrid. It's kitty cat time. Got everything you need? Good. Now let us be off. No. I love the music in Ralger's Reach. Oh yeah, right, I can fly. Duh. Quiet. Hear that? That was a Ceruleum engine backfiring. Imperials. Ye gods, you have preternatural senses. I didn't hear a thing. When you grow up hunting in these lands, you learn to discern the sounds that could mean life and death, be they of a predator or a patrol. From what I'm hearing, we have a 7-man patrol augmented with a single Magitech armor, wide search pattern, divided into 3 teams. I don't think they know we're here. It's risky, but we should split up and try to take them all by surprise at the same time. We don't want them calling reinforcements. 3 teams, 3 of us. Nothing for it then. Where are they? Head north. You should see them long before they see you. I'll deal with the ones to the south. The armor should be just to the west. Dwache is best equipped to deal with that. We attack in 5. That should be enough time to get into position. Rendezvous on the west bank after. Any questions? No? Then good luck. guys. Brr. Ah, delicious level 80. It looks like everything went to plan. Not that I'm surprised. The 3 soldiers I faced didn't put up much of a fight. Most of the Imperials we get out here are conscripts from other provinces with little training and even less conviction. It's grim work killing men and women like that. But don't doubt that they'd do the same to you if the roles were reversed. And don't you dare pity a man in armor. Conscript or no, a soldier piloting one of those can kill a dozen good men in the blink of an eye. Not that I need to tell you after that. Not that I need to tell you that after what happened at the wall. Right. I believe we've rested long enough. We should resume our journey before someone notices their missing patrol. We're clear. Only Alliance patrols ahead. You said the forces at Castrum Oriens were under the command of Flame General Rauban Aldin, did you not? By Rhalgr, the Bull of Alamigo himself. I never dreamed that I'd have a chance to meet the legend. It's real!
It is good to see you again, my friends. I hope you are here to tell me you have made contact with the Resistance.
We are, General. Allow me to introduce Monago of Rhalgr's Reach.
At your service, sir. And may I say what an absolute honor it is to stand before the Bull of Alamigo.
These are not the Blood Sands, girl. You and I are but soldiers on a battlefield fighting for the same cause.
As you say, General. On behalf of Commander Kemp of the Alamigan Resistance, I present to you our formal response.
Good. I'm glad we've reached an accord. Though I was not aware you had suffered such losses.
Aye. Some of our finest took part in the Griffin's doomed assault, and we've been struggling to find new recruits ever since. The massacres cast a pall over the whole Resistance, and many who might once have been open to joining us have since thought better of it.
After all of the Griffin's false promises, one can hardly blame them. They have no desire to give their lives for a lost cause.
Many thinky thoughts.
We will not lie to them. This is war, and lives will be lost. Yet what we offer is not the fever dream of a madman, but true hope.
The people need proof of this, Father. Let us show it to them. I say we stand shoulder to shoulder with our new allies and engage the Garleans in open warfare. The Resistance must demonstrate that they can hold their own against Imperial regulars. And with our assistance, I am confident they can do just that. If we can achieve even a token victory, I believe it will serve to rekindle the hope of the Alamegan people and inspire them to rise up once more.
Aye. Once word spread that we'd won a battle against the Garleans, I'd wager we'd have new recruits flocking to us from malms around. The question is, when and where do we strike?
I'm glad you asked. I have a plan.
Hey Ben, I love you. Oh. Our scouts recently informed me of an interesting development at Castellum Velardina. Namely, the arrival of a shipment rumored to have come from the research and development facilities near the capital, containing prototype Magitech armor. It is our assessment that this armor is to be field tested here, most likely against Alliance forces. Mayhap before the day is out. Damn it all, more Magitech weapons. That's the last thing we need. Your concern is not unwarranted, but we needn't despair just yet. The shipment is thought to have contained a single heavy unit and 1 or 2 support units. With a well-laid ambush, we are confident that we can destroy them all, hindering their development and delaying further deployment. And should we carry this out as a joint endeavor with the Resistance, they will have their rallying cry. It would mean dropping all pretense about the Alliance not wanting to go to war with the Empire, but you'd have a lot more folk willing to stand up and fight if they knew they weren't alone. And you were going to have to do it eventually anyway. Exactly. So what I propose is simple. We hire their patrols to bait them into bringing their prototype weapons to East End, where our Resistance allies will take them from behind. Simple indeed, and well within our capabilities. I see no reason to delay, especially if a field test is imminent. What say you? Assuming the Vice Marshal's intelligence is accurate, I agree with this assessment and fully support his plan. I shall notify my comrades at once. Understood. I shall have one of my men bring you the details of the plan anon. And we for our part will be fighting with the Alliance, yes? I somehow doubt you were intending to sit this one out. You know me too well, Alize. Let's go. We've been careful to avoid needless shows of force this side of the wall, but that's all about to change, and when it does, you may be sure they'll send their new toys out to entertain us. I would ask you to participate in this operation, but from that look I say that it is a foregone conclusion. My thanks. Per Pippin's plan, we need to turn East End into an Imperial graveyard. You're a dab hand at this, and I'd be a fool not to use you. Head to this spot on your map, right here, A patrol should be along shortly. Deal with them, then rendezvous with the rest of us at this location. Go well, Dwache. Oh my god, I'm so good at killing. And the Imperials want to kill me so bad it makes them look silly. Yeah, come here. All went to plan then? Good. Our scouts report that a unit escorting the prototype weapons has left Castellum Velodina. The resistance is already in position, so we have but to wait for our guests to arrive. Let's go! Hey, remember
Things
that
looked
guy?
grim for us after Cartano, didn't they? Oh, how they doubted us. Yet here we are, right as rain, with fancy new toys to put through their paces.
You again.
It's like all my name days have come at once! Well, 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 if it isn't Garland's little troublemaker. I can't wait to see the look on Xenos' face when I bring him your head. That is, if my secret weapons here don't grind it into mush! Attack!
It's so good, right? He mentioned Xenos. Xenos has a really good voice actor as well. You'll meet him shortly, I think. Come here.
Get after them, damn you! Now I've gotcha!
Just dodging orange, baby. You know he's up for something.
You'll be weeping blood!
Huh?
Raw Tizona! As a raging bull!
It's okay. Heal fights and runs? What the? Who in the hells are you? For all amigo, let none escape. Surprise! Ah, the moment you say that, they take the guitar away, I'm sorry. Oh no, your secret weapon.
Oh! Damn it all! Miracles of Magitech design, my arse! I passed harder stools than these piles of scrap.
Oh, fuck.
You'll pay for this. Mark my words, the next time we meet will be the last.
Bye.
Aye! Run and tell your Viceroy! The day belongs to El Amigo! Yeah!
I love that one person just really going for it. Perfect. Well done, all of you. I'd call this operation a resounding success. Can't say I'm surprised. The Bull of Alamigo had an impressive military record before he went west, as I recall. Credit where credit is due, Master Kemp. 'Twas Marshal Terrapin who made this plan, and all of you, Resistance and Alliance alike, who carried it out to perfection. Aye, that they did. Not a single casualty, for which I'm grateful beyond words. I've no doubt our comrades back at the Reach will feel the same. As will ours. It's been a pleasure, General. Until the next battle. Monago, I leave the Scions in your care. We shall return to the Castrum then. Toache, Mistress Leveilleur, once more you have my thanks. And as Master Kemp said, until the next battle. Oh, she looks so cute. I'd heard the stories, but to actually see you in action, I almost found myself pitying the Imperials. Seriously though, it was inspirational. Ah, but you must be tired of hearing that, eh? I'll keep it simple then. Thanks for helping out there. Well then, there's no reason to remain here any longer. Let's get back to the Reach. You didn't have to take part in the operation, but you did. You went above and beyond what was asked of you, without hesitation, and for that we owe you a debt. Our victory may not count for much in practical terms, but its symbolic value can't be overstated. Alliance and Resistance fighters came together to face an Imperial unit equipped with Garlemal's newest weapon and smash them. People will remember this day. Aye, that they will, for it marks the beginning of something far greater than a single victory. The beginning of a campaign by a united Eorzea to drive the Garleans from our lands. Promises and platitudes mean naught without action, but the Alliance took the field and risked their lives for our cause. To think that the last time Gridanian troops trod this soil was more than a century ago, during the Autumn War, and that was to defend against our invasion. Ours is a long and bloody history, to be sure, and it gives me heart to see that, despite our acrimonious past, we can still come together for the sake of the future. Well said, Commander, which is why I intend to go from village to village and spread the word of our victory and our new alliance. The people will flock to our banners, just you wait and see. Tuache, Alize, I cannot thank you enough for your assistance. Thumbs up. At the risk of repeating myself, it's still hard for me to believe that we'd meet again here, of all places, though I reckon you probably don't remember me after all this time, eh? Of course I remember you. I'm impressed. Given everything you went on to accomplish, you'd be forgiven for forgetting all about your time in Quarry Mill. Suffice it to say, we didn't forget about you either, nor the lives you saved. Yeah, we made some medicine for his friend, I think, because he was wounded. As for me, I went to Little Alamigo while Galleon was recovering. Gundobald was my former commander and an old friend, and I had a lot on my mind. In the end, I decided to disband our unit. I told the men to live their lives as they saw fit. Some chose to remain in Little Alamigo, and others went to Ul'dah for work. But as you can see, I chose to come back to Garabania and join Conrad and the others. Kept busy since then, ferrying people and provisions across the border and back. It's not been easy, but it's been fulfilling. Today, however, we'll be heading east into the peaks. Conrad thinks we might have luck finding new recruits in the village of Alagana. Alagana? If you're going there, you're taking me with you. Ah, that's right. You're from Alagana, aren't you, Elise? By all means, we'd welcome the company. There will be more to it than just asking around, but we can talk about it on the way. Make your preparations and meet me by the tunnel to the peaks. I love having friends. Well, before we do that though, I'm just very quickly gonna take a couple minutes break and I will be right back. So let's go over to the break screen. There we go. Thank you. See you soon. Oh well, hello, I am back. Let's switch back over to the screen. Get out my bird. Alright. Top to Mifrit. This tunnel will take us all the way to the peaks. Nice. We are going to come across a scandalous drawing in the next session. Blackmail material. We're on a mission for Conrad to Alagana. Clear the barricade if you would. Aye, sir. Shouldn't take more than a moment. There's more villages there. Whoa. There's more villages there than out here. But also more Imperials keeping a close eye on things. We'll need to tread carefully. Oh.
I remember the peaks of Girabania, silent watchmen that would stand long after we were gone. We came seeking allies to join us in the fight against the Empire. People who had had enough. People who had suffered every possible indignity. Who had been treated like animals, day after day after day.
Ah, there's my cursor. Alright. We have a glamour in place here too, as you may have noticed. So far as the Imperials are concerned, there is not more than a testament to the savage impulses of lesser race. Remember, though, once we leave these ruins, we will have no glamours to conceal us. The village is to the east. Keep watch for patrols as we move. Nary an Imperial in sight. That's a mercy. Alagana is due east, past that bridge. Follow me, it's not much further. Suddenly, no music. You can rest easy. We made it. This is Alagana. Feels strange coming home like this. I always imagined it would be... Oh, sorry. This has nothing to do with why we're here. We need recruits. Aye, we do. But as I said back at the Reach, it's a little more complicated than just asking for volunteers these days. As you know, we're short-handed because many of our people were taken in by the Griffin's promises and went to the wall, never to return. It wasn't just them, though. Folks from all over, including some of my former comrades, answered his call to arms. As for why we came to this particular village, it's rumored that Alagana lost a few youths as well. If there's truth to that, then there could be others sympathetic to the cause. Then again, after the Griffin's betrayal, they may be suspicious of outsiders claiming allegiance to the Resistance, and rightfully so. So with all that in mind, how are we supposed to convince them to join? I mean, I knew it wouldn't be as simple as giving a speech in the village square. Not if you didn't want the place to be burned to the ground, no. You might as well piss in the Viceroy's eye. We'll need to be a good deal more circumspect than that. You never know when an Imperial spy is listening. We must speak with the Elder first. I know for a fact he can be trusted. We'll listen to what he has to say and decide what to do after. Sounds like a plan. Let's hope there are still some brave men and women here willing to fight. Ragnfrid, the village elder, is over by the shore. No time like the present. Let's have a word. Hello, sir. Don't know you, traveler. You a merchant? You'll not find much custom here. Greetings and well met, Elder, and sincerest apologies that I did not send word ahead of our arrival. Too long have I been away from Alagana, and I would know of your recent troubles. Ah, you're comrades of Mefrid. I see. Speak on, though I suspect I know your purpose. The Griffin came with many men and left with many more. Such is the rumor. Is it true? He lit a fire in their hearts and then dangled a dream before their tired eyes. And now you come to steal away what few remain. The Griffin was a traitor and a madman, and we had no part in his schemes. We have made an agreement with the Alliance. This time will be different. This time, cold comfort to the dead and the ones they left behind. How much more must we give before you've had your fill? But surely you hate the Empire as much as we do. They took our lands, our traditions, even our god, and they demand a fifth of what little we've got left. Aye, I hate the bastards, with every fiber of my being. But hate's not enough, Mefrid. We can't keep doing this. I'll not tell anyone you came, but you need to go. Now, leave us be and never return. You've no right to speak to us like that. I've got a quarry that was producing barely enough to keep us fed, and that was before half of our young men and women went off to die for your bloody cause. So yes, I've got every right to tell you to leave my village. No, you don't, because it's my village too, my home. What in the hells are you on about? Wait, I know those eyes. You're one of Curtis's girls. Lise Hext. And I'm here to take back my homeland. Rhalgr, the last time I saw you, I didn't even know if you were still alive. And I never thought you would come. I almost didn't, and my sister never will. Lots of others won't either, and that's why we've got to carry on the fight. You even sound like him. Ugh. As you say, I've got no right to tell you to leave. Alagana is as much your home as it is mine. But to say to you again, we can give no more. Yes, I heard you the first time. Let's go. He does have a point. That could have been handled better, but what's done is done. At least we've been granted permission to stay. I was hoping Ragnfrid might help us to recruit some of his people, but that clearly isn't going to happen. If we're to convince any of them to join, we'll first need to regain their trust. It's risky, and it's hardly subtle, but I say we approach the villagers directly, see what problems they've got, and if we can do anything to help. Makes sense to me. Let's split up and ask around. A new phase in Alagana? Huh. What would you ask of me then? A stranger and a generous soul besides. Bollocks, there is not more suspicion than a good Samaritan. On the other hand, if you were an Imperial agent, I expect you go about your business with more discretion. Bugger me, you're really here to help, aren't you? Very well. I'll take you up on your offer, stranger. My little brother is working the rocks by Grimmen Enid. He's got something for me. Can you go and get it? Right then. Frightened Curl is his name. Ask him for the leftovers. He ought to understand. Here for the leftovers, are you? Not like my brother to send someone in his stead, but so be it. It's all in the sacks over yonder. They're bleeding heavy, mind, so be careful when you pick them up. I'm so strong! Whee! Not into it. Busy work quests. Yeah, I'm extra lazy. I'm just gonna teleport. Ah, the new face. You have my leftovers? Huh, well I'll be. You actually went and brought the whole lot. Much obliged, much obliged. It's saltpeter for making fire sand, in case you're curious what it's all for. The rocks by the lakes got good deposit. It ain't hard for my brother to pass for any other plodding quarryman, all the while sweeping bits and pieces off to the side, to bundle up and sell to the sutlers who trade with the resistance. It's a living, and a way of fighting back besides. Our way of spitting in the Guardian's eye for putting our father in an imperial uniform and shipping him off to some faraway province 15 years ago. Don't know if he's dead or alive even. Though if he were alive, he'd not be long for this world if we were caught fighting for the resistance. So this is the best we can do. That's the long and short of it. We do what we can, though we know it's not enough. I think you'll find that most folks here ain't much different. Everybody's got a reason, but in the end the result is the same. I suppose I just wanted to know is all that we know why you're here, and that even if we can't join you, we wish we could. You'd best keep your distance if you know what's good for you. Say your piece and move on. Looking for folks down on their luck? Congratulations, you found one. As you can see, my leg ain't what it used to be. Some days I can hardly walk for the pain. Mornings are the worst, especially after cold nights. Hard labor's right out. Too much pain and trouble for others. There's a tea that helps with it, though. I'll need to grind a chapuli horn and a hornbill talon for the blend. Eh? You'll go and get some for me just like that? You needn't trouble yourself so. Oh, but I do. 'Cause I want to help. Yeah, gotta help the people out. Say what you want about White Mage, but it's very stylish. Yeah, most of the time I walk around, I like click on people, like this person, and I'm just like, ooh, look at that. But I can't actually wear this because it's gender locked. There's no one else around, and I'll like try it on my own character. Yeah, well, at least they removed the gender lock from the butler and the maid outfits, so I guess fine. I want to be a butler. You've been gone a while. What brings you back to Alagana? I never meant to... I mean, in times like these, you never think people will actually... This country's hard on people, but it's not just that. The Imperials, they've made it known I'm not to be helped. A dead man's good for one lesson, you know, whereas a live one... You're with the Resistance, right? I suppose there's no reason not to tell you then. My father, God's rest his soul, was deathly sick at the time, and so I'd gone out into the forest, spear in hand, to gather herbs. Then I had the good fortune to run into an Imperial patrol. My weapon marked me as a rebel, or so they said. Not that it'd have made a difference if I'd fought back. I knew what a lot of them were about the moment that Centurion laid eyes on me. Didn't matter in the end, of course. Some people just like to hurt others. By the time I limped back to the hut, it was too late for my father. Too late for me too, and many others, I imagine. Help them too, if you like. They'll be grateful and say thank you. But beyond that, I wouldn't hope for much. Ah, there you are, Dwache. I've been trying to help the villagers deal with this food shortage of theirs. Recently, the Imperials have been swooping into villages unannounced and seizing supplies in order to prevent the people from stockpiling, in case they might be in league with the Resistance. It's not much, but I've taught them a few tricks to better hide what little they've got left. How's Lee's getting on, by the way? You'd think people would be more inclined to trust a local girl, assuming they remember her, that is. Yeah, it's been 20 years. No, I didn't mean to. And where were you these past 20 years? Where were you when we were being ground under the Black Wolf's boot? On the other side of his bastard wall, living a high life, I'll wager. That's not fair. Oh, and who's this? Another one of your freedom-loving friends, deigning to help us poor unfortunate souls? Trying to whip us into a frenzy so we'll go and storm the castrum with our pickaxes and shovels? Leave, all of you, before you bring a cohort down on all of us. And you, don't you dare speak like you're one of us. You can't even begin to understand what we've been through. You weren't here, at least. You weren't here. This is my home, and I love it with all my heart. And if you truly have any love for it too, you'll keep us out of your doomed rebellion. He has a point. No matter what I say or do, it doesn't change the fact that I left them behind. But this isn't about me or anyone else. It's about Alamigo. Let's go and find Mefrid. Looks like the Elder was the only one unwilling to hear us out. Can't blame them given what happened at the wall. I thought I might be able to appeal to them as a fellow... I don't know. But if anything, it just made them angrier. I haven't lived through it like they have. I can't claim to know the struggle like they do either, Lise. I ran too, but if I hadn't, I'd have never met Dwache or the rest of you. And we might not be here today, in a position to make a difference. So I don't regret my choices, nor will I apologize for them. There's more than one way to fight. Help! Someone! Anyone! We need help! I don't like the sound of that one bit. Come on. Where Krada, he, the Tribuna men, and the bloody Ratmen, they... Damn it all. You there, take a deep breath and tell us what happened. It was all business as usual. The Tributum's due soon, and we were taking it to the Imperials when the Kikirn attacked. They took my brother and our money. Took him where? Ruins to the south of here. It was just an old temple before they came, and listen, where Krada is the only family I've got left. If I lose him, The Ziggurat. The Ratman took him there. He's as good as dead. We've got to get after them. If there's even a chance of brother is still alive, we have to try. You're right, Lise. We've got to help them. If not for the missing man, then for the Tributum. The Guardians won't suffer excuses if they're late. So Krada is being held somewhere in the Ziggurat to the south, which has been taken over by a host of Kikirn bandits. That about covers it then. Be prepared for a fight. They may not be the most challenging foes, but there are sure to be a lot of them. Very cool. We're like an hourglass shape, I guess. Please let me go, I'm begging you. I don't want to die. Hear that? I think it came from the top of the ziggurat. Who dares to come loot our man flesh? Ours to eat, ours to eat. We knew it'd come to this. Kill them quick before they alert the others. Stairs. Why, Roger, what did I ever do to deserve this? I've gone to bed hungry for months. I'm skin and bones. I'd hardly make a snack, much less a meal. Oh, you found him. Wait, are you here to rescue me? Your sister sent us. It's going to be all right. My sister? Oh, Roger be praised, she's safe. And you lot fought your way in here just for me? To think there's still good, brave folks in this world. We should go before the Kickern return in force. Do you still have the Tributum? Oh gods, the Tributum! The Imperials will be wondering where I am. I have to go. What, right now? In your condition? You don't understand. We were given a warning last month for being short. If I don't make it in time, there's no telling what will happen to me and my sister. I'm glad we saved him, but seeing him run off like that, I've got a bad feeling about this. Listen, Duache, Mefrid, I think we need to go after Warkrada. Wait, you better not be thinking of stopping him. You heard what he said. If they don't pay one way, they'll pay another. I know that, I do, and I don't want to interfere. I just want to see that he makes it there safely. If that's the sum of it, then fine. Let's head down and see if we can pick up his trail. Nothing of interest. Nothing of interest. Chocobo feather. In the dirt you spy a chocobo feather. Any luck? A chocobo feather, is it? Aye, by my reckoning it came from Warkrada's bird, in which case... There's a collapsed bridge just around the bend. Hug the rocks and stick to the shadows. We'll find them soon enough. Any minute now. I expect he'll come thundering round the bend and... Hear that? Get to cover, quickly now.
Are they Imperials?
Worse. Skulls. Listen, Lise. Whatever happens, stay hidden and do not intervene. Understood?
What?
You there! Halt! You know you shouldn't be here. Explain yourself.
Forgive me, sir. I came to deliver the tributum.
Oh, aye. A likely story. Only a fool would dare to come so late. Or, mayhap, a resistance spy.
No, you've got it all wrong. I was waylaid by bandits. It's not my fault.
I said halt!
Is this a joke? You don't seriously expect us to believe this is a fifth? How stupid do you think we are?
It is, I swear, on my mother's life.
Barbarous. You came late, you lied about bandits, and then you tried to cheat the Empire of its due.
Think you can kill them all? Including the ones watching from the tower? Even if you did, others would come for him and his family. You'd be condemning them all to a life of hard labor, assuming they didn't just execute them, that is.
But it isn't fair.
It's your bloody fault we're stuck out here patrolling this god's-forsaken wasteland. It's your fault I have to listen to people go on and on about how Alamegans can't be trusted. I've worked and toiled harder than any man. I'm a citizen, goddammit. And what are you? A stupid, stubborn little dog who'd sooner bite the hand that feeds him and pine for the good old days.
That's enough! Lord Xenos is expecting our report.
I bet the poor bastard can't believe his luck. He gets to go home. We should do the same.
Life fucking sucks in Alamigo. I heard their commander was keen-eyed, but gods, that was a near thing. It tears me up inside to see our own kinsmen doing the bidding of the Viceroy. But they made their choice, and when it comes to it, I'll cut down every last one of them myself. Warkrada's alive, and the tributum's paid. That's all that matters for now. I, for one, would rather not wait to see if the skulls decide to return. We'd best get back to Alagana and tell Ragnfried his man's got the job done. Don't know why I decided to put hand cream on just now, because now my hands are all slippery. You know, you just ever do something absent-mindedly and then you're like, wait, why'd I do that? We owe you a debt of gratitude for what you did. Warkrada told me everything. How you fought with the Kikern and saved his life. For all the good it did. We saw what happened when he met the skulls. How they beat him half to death. We could have stopped them. Aye, I reckon you could. Mefred's a warrior, as is your comrade. And you're strong like your father. That much is plain. No. Oh my god. Yeah, I did one time put like the wrong end of the pen in my mouth because I'd been chewing on the end, like on the cap, and then it got turned around in my hand, so I just sucked down ink. But I thank Relger that you did not, because it would not have ended with them. Warkrada and his sister would have been branded insurgents, if not the whole lot of us. Bones heal, scars fade, but the dead remain dead. We're alive, and that's more that can be said for only the gods how many others. That's enough for you, is it? To put up with whatever they do to you, so long as you get to see another day? That's right. You grit your teeth and you learn to live with the pain. I'll admit I was quick to judge you, Lise, and for that I apologize. I know you and yours meant well, I do. But I'm telling you, God's in the heavens as my witness, that we've got nothing left to give. We can't help you. I understand. Thank you for your honesty. She may say it, but she doesn't mean it, nor would I expect her to. Her father was stubborn as an ox too. If she is set on walking the same path, I but pray she won't follow it to the same end. Well, she took it better than I anticipated, which isn't saying much, I suppose. We should go and see if she's alright. Sorry about running off like that. Alamegans terrorizing their own. I just can't accept it, you know? No matter what he thinks, they shouldn't have to put up with it day after day after day. I'm not completely naive, you know. I didn't expect them to storm a castrum with their pickaxes and shovels or whatever it was. But nor did I expect Recrata to just lie there in the dirt while they kicked him. I can't claim to know their pain. I barely remember this place, or even my father's face. But I remember Ida's. I remember how scared she was when we ran, and that look in her eyes when she talked about home. Her home, but not mine, is it? There you are, Lise. I've been looking all over for you. Well, you found me. Got something else to say? Aye, that I do. I said some things to you before that I shouldn't have. It wasn't my place to do so, and I'm sorry. All that rubbish I spouted about how I love my village. But when one of ours was in need, I was cowering here with all the others. I didn't even think to go after Recrata, but you did. Made me feel like the bloody hypocrite I am. If I truly cared for my people, I'd fight for them. So I will, if you'll have me. You're asking to join the resistance. When you put it like that, I suppose I am. But not just me. There are others I know who have been thinking about it for a while now. There's not many of us, and we're not hardened warriors like you lot, but if your heart bleeds for Alamigo, then that's good enough for me. You and yours are more than welcome in Roger's Reach. Thank you, sir. You won't regret this. I'll go and speak with the others and send word when we're ready. Still think this isn't your home? No, I was just thinking out loud. With that, my friends, our mission is concluded. Let us return to the Reach. Lazy. Enjoy teleport. First of all, allow me to commend you both on a job well done. Though nothing went according to plan, we nevertheless managed to attract some new recruits. And it was your passion and conviction that moved them to join. Thank you. No, thank you for giving me an opportunity to find out what our people have been going through these past 20 years. It's been humbling. And troubling too. I heard about the skulls, but that was the first time I'd seen them in the flesh. I know you say they're the same as any other Imperial soldier, and maybe that's how I'll have to think of them myself if our paths ever cross on the battlefield, but when, not if. That day will come, Lise. You can't afford to hesitate when it does. Young, old, conscript, citizen, Garlean, Alamegan, none of that matters. They've all got their reasons, but they're no better than yours, especially when they're bearing down on you, blade in hand. Saying that, I don't want to kill them any more than you do. If I could convince them to lay down their arms, I would. Sadly, I've never been much of a talker myself, but who knows? Maybe you could be one, Lise. Your father certainly was. Right then. I'd best begin preparing for these new recruits. Dwache, Lise, it's been a pleasure. Boop. Hehe. Owing to the efforts of you all, we have accomplished a great deal in a short time. The Resistance thanks you for your servants, Scions. I see operations here have been proceeding apace in my absence. Welcome back, brother dearest. I take it your efforts to gather new recruits were successful. Indeed, there were several among the Scions ranks that were quite eager to take part in our joint endeavor with the Resistance, whom I am come to present. Commander Camp, if I may. My name is Arenvald Lentinus, a half-breed, as you can no doubt tell. I am... What? Oh, he's half Garlean, I remember. I'm here to fight for a free Alamigo, for an Alamigo where women like my mother are never made to suffer. I pray you grant me this honor. You are a true-born son of Girabania, same as me. This is not my honor to grant, but yours to freely take. Welcome, brother. With our swelling ranks and the aid of the Eorzean Alliance and the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, I believe we will soon be in a position to seize the initiative. Yep, yoiks. Once our new recruits have received sufficient training, I will propose to General Aldin that we draw up plans for an assault on Castellum Valadina. Then, in the meantime, we will make what preparations we can. Oh, movie time. Meanwhile, in the royal palace of Alamigo. There he is.
Alliance forces have occupied Castrum Oriens and taken up positions along the length of the wall. Our patrols have engaged their reconnaissance parties on site, but there have been no significant exchanges.
Oh wait, it's not set auto-scroll. Fuck.
Save one. A unit tasked with field testing prototype Magitech weapons was attacked. The weapons were destroyed, with the unit sustaining near-total casualties.
Near total? Go on.
My lord, there was but a single survivor from the unit in question, which falls under my command. According to his report, they were ambushed by a contingent of Eorzean Alliance regulars, abetted by resistance insurgents.
A simple ambush and only one survivor. A fine day's work. The stubbornness to survive is not without worth. He may live. However, the 12th is no place for the weak.
He shall be relegated at once, my lord. As you say, the 12th is no place for cowards who count their lives more precious than the cause.
Indeed, indeed. We have no need of cowards.
My lord,
Cowards, who defer critical missions to their subordinates, who hide within their castra, never meeting their prey in battle, never staring into the whites of their eyes. Why, when confronted with a heretofore unknown icon, did we surrender the wall to the Alliance? Because my honored father, in his infinite wisdom, has not seen fit to grant us leave to march on their lands. Accordingly, we have extended an invitation to our neighbors. Gir Abania is where we shall host them. The field upon which we shall enjoy the sport of kings. Patience is paramount. Cornered animals may have spirit, but they are ultimately predictable and very poor sport. But if one dangles the promise of freedom before them while nipping at their heels to stoke their passion, then things become interesting. It is a delicate dance, one which asks much of my hounds. And so I put the question to you, my fellow huntsman. How shall we deal with these savages?
My lord, I have a proposal.
Silence, Alamegan! You do forget yourself! Only by the grace of Lord Van Baelsar were you afforded a place here, and that in name alone. We have no need of your proposals, savage.
This savage yearns to hunt her own. The floor is yours, Commander.
Thank you, my lord.
Yeah, it's... It's very Garlean. Who? The Tribunus or the... or Xenos? Oh, shit. I forgot to read it. Mayhap we could assist you with said duties. We are here to help, after all. Yeah, Murd. The three of you have been busy, so I will understand if you require time to rest. If not, however, it would seem sensible to assist our allies with their preparations. We'd be grateful for any and all help you can offer. If you ask around, I guarantee you won't want for work. Oop. Yeah, the Guardians are very not subtle, fashy, and yet people still don't think that they are. Slaps, like, basically slaps you across the face and... Ugh. Yeah. I see all the saluting and the uniforms and the talk of Garleans being the best, and they're like, yeah, no, not fascist. Sorry, what? I beg your pardon. The woman who bested guys from Belsar wishes to offer me her assistance. I say, this is highly irregular, though I've heard it said you had the penchant for aiding the common man, in which case? Before the occupation, I was a humble historian. While my duties leave me scarce time for aught else, I think it important that these momentous events be recorded for the benefit of future generations. Primary sources are indispensable, and I had a mind to question a number of my fellow freedom fighters, ask them their motivation for taking up this cause and so forth. You may take down their statements in this log, and Dwache, thank you for your service, now and ever after. What's not to love about media illiterate people? Why did I join the Resistance? Well, if you must know, it was to avenge a friend the Imperials butchered before my very eyes back in Alamigo. We owned a stall in the markets, and the passing soldier snatched up a piece of fruit. He spoke out before I could stop him, only to get a full of steel in the gut for his troubles. I found my way here, and that was that. I was just a cook before all this. Simple fare, really. Had a chance to lend a hand and help feed some refugees one day. I took a liking to the fighters. They believed, you know. And there was always a need for cooks, or at least people who can work with whatever the foraging parties turn up. I don't know if it... reflects poorly on me, but I actually really like Xenos, like, as a character, as a villain. I think he's very interesting. I think he's one of the most interesting antagonists we've had in the game. Why? Why indeed? To save lives, perhaps, or to make amends for the ones I couldn't. My father and brothers were worked to death while building a castrum, but it didn't matter to the Guardians, eh? More where that lot came from. After that, I couldn't keep on doing nothing. Fucking Silco. Yeah. God. Discussions about that character do, like, want to make you go crazy like a monkey and, like, bash people's brain in with the rock. Ugh. Can't have shit. Aren't you the Icon Slayer? Damned if I know why you're bothering asking someone like me why I joined the Resistance, but it's simple. If I wasn't fighting for Alamigo, I'd be fighting for the Empire. You're either with them or not, and if you're with them, you may as well make the most of it. Food, training, citizenship if you live long enough. You'll die stealing someone else's land, like as not. But that's the choice. With me, I'd rather die here. Seriously though, sometimes I just read things and I have to just like close my browser and go do something else because I don't want to be mad. Like, I don't want to go into spoilers or anything, but people who, like, Xenos is a product of his upbringing and his environment, and that is a good statement, because that's true. But people then go on to say, so that's why all the shit he does is okay, and, like, no. It's not. Well, Medwashe, have you spoken with the freedom fighters as I asked? Yep, here you go. As fascinating as they are varied, you have a knack for convincing others to bare their hearts to you. I could have not done it better myself. Many years from now, when these tempestuous times pass into memory, their accounts will serve as a window into the struggle. We must never forget, my friend. Never. You want to help me, do you? Seeing as I'm in no position to leave the stupid unattended, could you go and ask Tebby for a variety of herbs? 6 sprigs or so of whatever he's got on hand should suffice. It's not as haphazard as it may seem. Depending on the recipe, it doesn't really matter what sort you add, as long as you add something. I'll be here when you get back. Herbs, is it? 6 sprigs of whatever's on hand? Afraid I can't spare that much. You'll take 2 and be glad of it. The remainder you'll have to gather yourself. Shouldn't be too much of a bother though. You'd be surprised what you can find growing underfoot, even in the Reach. Oh yeah. It's the Shiva outfit. Little tribute to Azel. Also, this music that's playing here is the same as like the Garlean Alamegan anthem we just heard in that cutscene. But they actually just yoinked the Alamegan national anthem and just made it their own. Little fuckers. It's like, yeah. Oh yeah, these people are no good. Well then, write your own music then. Idiots. God, I can't wait to get to Endwalker. Huh. I will say, everything that's being set up here is gonna pay off big time. Ah, there you are. Got those herbs I asked for. Thanks, that'll do nicely. And sorry to impose upon you, miss. Thought you were another new recruit. Didn't realize until after you were, To answer the question that's probably on your mind, yes, it's always like this. Never enough food or supplies to go around. All the more reason to be grateful when our countrymen can spare some for the cause. Though that comes at a cost too. Too many villages, too many children more deserving than us. But a man can't fight on an empty stomach, can he? So we partake, as we must. We never lose sight of the dream. One thing I will say about New Game Plus that's a little bit annoying is that if you have like 3 of these little quests, you can only do one at a time. Well, usually you'd be able to do them all at once. You look like a strider in search of comrades in need. If so, I have a task for you. Is that annoying? I'm a trainer, and I was told to expect new recruits this day. Yet nary one has come. Perhaps they were given the wrong time or location. I do not know. They number 5 in all, these would-be warriors. Send them to me, should you chance to find them. I know, I'm late, but I had to say a prayer for my sister first. With what the Imperials did to her, the death was a mercy. Urgh. It's grim, but it's gonna get better. Oh. Love that mount. Huh? Training? Ah, I was so busy practicing to impress the others that I've completely forgot. Thank you. Come on now. I want to get to the next story beat before I have to stop. Ah, 1,000 pardons. So preoccupied was I by the question of whether Alamigo should be a monarchy or a republic that I neglected to attend my training. How silly, I know. Until we drive the Imperials from our lands, the question is moot. Probably a republic, dude. The teacher calls for me. I see. We were discussing strategies for disabling Magitech armor, you see? And, yes, of course. There's no time. If you would excuse me. Oh bugger, you were sent by the snake, weren't you? I heard 1 in 4 recruits doesn't live through their training. That can't be true, right? Oh bugger, oh bugger. All recruits are present and accounted for. My thanks to you, Strider. Not all appreciate the rigor with which I train my recruits. Some favor a gentler approach, as if the Imperials will be so kind. There's a thankless job to teach, some say, but I say their survival is thanks enough. Fare you well. Damn it all, where could it have got to? Oh, and pardon me, fellow lover of freedom and justice. You haven't seen a ward of the Destroyer anywhere, have you? Maybe on the ground, as if a bloody fool had dropped it. I'd been him. I had it this morning, that much I know for certain. I've not left the Reach since, so it's got to be somewhere around here. If you have got a moment to spare, would you be willing to help me search? I spent some time near the Temple of the Fist earlier, so it might be there. As for me, I'll look around near the Officer's Pavilion. They're hardly rare, I know, and I could just as easily buy another, but even so, please help me find it. I swear, I searched high and low, but it just won't turn up. 7 hells, that's the one. That's my lucky ward. You're a godsend, sister. Before I was born, my mother made a pilgrimage to the Temple of the Fist, where she, like many others, received the blessing of the monks. And then Theodoric came and burned it all to the ground, the mad bastard, and after him came the Garleans, who cared even less for our beliefs. But I still keep to the old ways, as do many others, and when my son is born, I'll teach him the stories and scriptures, as my mother taught me. Elfidoo. And with that, another task is complete. Ah, Dwashe, I hear you've been keeping busy. Aye, that she has, and we thank her for it. Pleases me to inform you that our new recruits have completed their initial training and stand ready to contribute. As discussed, Monago, I would have you present my proposal for an assault on Castellum Felodina to General Alden personally. Of course, sir. Are you and yours planning to return to Castrum Oriens before the operation? If so, why don't we travel together? That seems a fine suggestion, but I must consult my comrades ere we depart. Very well, I will wait for you at the pass, but not too long. I expect Kral and Y'shtola will wish to remain here to support the chirurgeons, but nevertheless we should go and ask them. The longest time I didn't know there were 8 red shards here, so I just would always spend the entire time running around. Yeah, it doesn't cut down on too much time, but whatever. Hello. It's autumn is. I see, that would explain the sudden flurry of activity outside. This joint operation marks a turning point in our conflict with the Garleans. For the first time, the Resistance and the Alliance shall go on the offensive and attempt to capture an Imperial outpost in occupied territory. Personally, I believe it is imperative that we offer them our full support. As was the case with Ishgard, however, this is not a choice to be made lightly, nor less on others' behalves. This is war, and every scion must decide what part he or she would play. I'll fight, for Alamigo, for my father, for Ida. I'm in it to the end. This choice was made for us ere we were born, brother, when the Empire marched on Eorzea. They will stop at nothing to subjugate or slaughter us all. Van Baelsar and Van Darnus were but the first to try. Though your fervor is surprising, I cannot dispute your logic. At the risk of repeating myself, I am of course of the same mind. The present situation is untenable, and further complicated by the existence of Ilbert's Primal. I believe we have no recourse but to directly and openly intervene. I thought this a foregone conclusion given our action thus far, but if you require renewed affirmation, then yes, I am still wholly committed to this cause, for it is ultimately the selfsame cause I have served since I pledged to serve Master Louisoix in the Circle of Knowing, the salvation of Eorzea, by any means necessary. That said, I shall refrain from taking the field on this occasion. There are many here who require further treatment, and doubtless more to come after. I came here from Infilia, and that hasn't changed. However, I'd like to stay with Y'shtola for now and tend to the wounded. As for you, Dwashe, you are, to quote our dear friend Lord Edmund, the woman who slew Gaius van Baelsar and some half-dozen primals besides. Your presence may well prove the difference between victory and defeat. Many look to you as a hero and heap great expectations upon your shoulders, but you, like every scion, must decide for yourself. We can but carry on, for those we've lost. for those we can yet save. Well said indeed. Take care, Y'shtola, Kryl, and do not hesitate to contact us should you require assistance. Please, I would ask that you remain here by Conrad's side. Hell yeah. It's also, I keep repeating the Haurchefant quotes. She misses him. We should go, or Manago will leave without us. Might I persuade you to join us, Dwache? Should you wish to give your decision further consideration, Castrum Oriens would seem an apt place to do it. You need not answer right away. I am sure I can convince Manago to wait a little longer. I'll join you. So you will be accompanying us? Full glad am I to hear it. All set? Excellent, then let us be off. Oh, yeah. Teleport, I'm lazy. And I have plenty of money. Welcome back, comrades. What news? Greetings, General. I am come at Commander Kemp's behest to brief you on the latest developments at the Reach. Our recruitment efforts have exceeded expectations. In addition to welcoming many motivated young Alamegans, our ranks have been bolstered by the arrival of a number of experienced veterans, thanks in large part to the efforts of the Scions. As a consequence, we are now able to field half a dozen new units, with more being trained as we speak. Good. I gather Conrad is eager to strike while the iron's hot? Just so, General. He proposes that we begin preparations for a joint operation to capture Castellum Valodina. Capture Valodina? It will not be easy. It will, however, be necessary if we are ever to push east towards the capital. There is no profit in delay. It is only a matter of time before the Guardians learn of our plans and summon reinforcements. The Alliance hereby accepts Commander Kemp's proposal. Tell him to take no chances. Bring every able-bodied Alamegan who can wield a weapon. Pippin, I want Valodina watched. Assess its defenses. Every fortress has a weakness, and I would know this one's. Haha! Comrade Conrad. If there is no objection, General, might the Scions join Marshal Terrapin? By all means. But that is all. Let us be about it. Conrad and the General are of one mind, it seems. I only wish I could say the same. While this aggressive strategy may well profit us in the end, what losses will we suffer in the meantime? Anyway, we should speak with the Vice Marshal about his reconnaissance mission and see how he would like to proceed. Thank you for volunteering to join me. This should be a fairly straightforward reconnaissance mission, so long as we do not have the ill fortune to run afoul of an Imperial patrol. Come, our destination is beyond the East End, just north of Veladina. Here we fucking go. More bears! Stop! Let's go, let's go, let's go. This ought to be close enough. Now we settle in for a long watch. That said, it would be prudent to keep your weapons at the ready, in the event of a passing patrol stumbles upon us, or worse. Upon reconnoitering Castellum Veladina, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Hell yeah, we're doing this. Anytime you see that shit, I get scared. Like, oh no, what'll happen now?
Excellent. The disposition of the Imperial forces is exactly as expected. I will notify Father.
Cannon fire! Where did it come from?
Smoke! There! Is that... Oh gods, it's Relga's Reach.
Yep.
It's no use. I think someone's jamming our communications.
You don't think... Could this be part of a coordinated attack?
Too early to draw conclusions. We must abort the assault and return to the Reach at once.
Forward! Forward! Give them no quarter!
You!
Traitor! Kinslayer!
You're no kin of mine! Mefred! Hell take you!
Yep.
Well, well. Stand aside, Pilus. This one has promise.
Have a care, my lord. She's not like the others.
Do not disappoint me, girl, or I will kill you.
7 hells! It's him! It's Xenos!
The Viceroy? Oh, you are a dead man! Ah!
So spirited, and yet so empty.
Let's go!
Ah, a magical barrier. Alas. It will not save you.
How? Your shoulder!
Hold the line, Byrolga! Hold the line!
So I'll go in the shed.
Kryl!
Alphino!
We saw the smoke and thought we heard explosions. Are we under attack?
The Imperials were all over us before we realized what was happening. No one knew where to run or what to do. It was chaos. Lise and Master Kemp rallied the guards and bought us enough time to get some of the wounded to safety, but I haven't seen either of them since.
Confound it! If we lose the Reach, this will all have been for naught.
Arenvold, can you escort these people to the wall?
Aye, sir.
Our place is at the Reach. We must offer such aid and succor as we are able. Saving lives is now our paramount concern.
If we can hold back the Imperials until Father sends reinforcements, we may yet turn the tide.
I'll join you. I've done all I can for these people, and you'll be crying out for a healer in there.
I fear you're right. Come, there is no time to lose.
Aren't you a healer, Alfie? Come on now. Let's go.
It's all over now!
Let's go.
the flames!
Yeah, look at that. Wolf people. Gotta go. Hey, Fredola.
Rebel scum!
There you Star Wars for them.
What took you so long? Alpha, no, I need your help!
My lord, the prisoners!
See to your men, Pylus.
As you command, my lord.
Your friends were a disappointment. But you will entertain me, will you not?
I don't know. Let's find out.
As one!
Yeah, that 98% tells me maybe not.
Be gone!
Ay, ay, ay.
Give me something to remember. Weak!
That was easy.
Pathetic.
Seven hells.
Shall we give chase, General?
Nay. There has been enough death this day. See to the wounded.
Aye, sir.
Yeah, if Dwashe can beat him, you can do nothing.
You all right, lass?
Well enough. Next time he will pay.
Aye, I do not doubt it.
Don't you die on me, Ashola! Hold on!
Don't worry, it's going to be all right. Alphino, Master Kemp is all yours.
Understood.
Don't just stand there gawping. You're a healer, aren't you?
I love that I actually acknowledge that in this scene.
The worst is past, but without the proper facilities, I can do no more.
Master Kemp too would be better served in the infirmary. Let us take them there without delay.
Give us a hand, would you, Lise?
Of course.
I know you must be exhausted, but there will be others who need our help. Leave these two to us and look to the other wounded.
You did well, Dwashe. You saved lives, no matter what happens. Remember that. Now then, let's do what we can for the wounded. Every minute counts. Maybe. But that is where we are going to end the stream for tonight. Because I am about 15 minutes over and I don't want to make too much of a habit of it, but I just wanted to get to this instance because it's, I don't know, would have been I'm stretching. Been leveling my yeah, good stream. Today I was leveling my botanist up to 90, which actually went pretty fast. But if you're gathering a lot, your hands start to hurt from the repetitive keyboard motions, so I just plugged in my controller and had some controller time. It was actually pretty nice. So I might do it more often. So yeah, thank you for being here. I think tomorrow be more Stormblood, because I want to keep going, I think. So yeah, tomorrow another stream, more Stormblood. It's gonna be good. And yeah, I hope that was fun. And I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye, goodbye.